Howdy friends and neighbours, welcome back to my World of Tanks replays with the Mighty Jingles. Today we are in the IS-8. It's one of the two Russian Tier 9 heavy tanks. The IS-8 sits below the IS-7 in the faster and much more mobile but lightly armoured Russian heavy tanks. Sitting opposite from the STI, which leads on to the IS-4, the slower, more heavily armoured Russian heavy tank lines. So, less armoured and faster. The IS-8, yep, certainly fits that category. It can do 50 kilometers per hour. It's very fast. Less heavily armoured? Well, yep, the turret's 200mm armour, which isn't bad, and features that distinctive, rounded, very bouncy Russian heavy tank turret. The hull armour at the front, 120mm, featuring that very distinctive angled pike nose that we first saw introduced on the IS-3. Sides, I think 80mm, rear I think 50mm, paper for armour, sides and rear. So, first things first, you don't want to be exposing your sides and rear to the enemy in the IS-8. But you can use that phenomenal speed to your advantage, and that's what we're doing here on this attack and defend scenario on Sand River, one of the two new game modes introduced in patch 7.4. So we're on the attacking side. We have to attack the enemy base located over there in B6. And what I'm doing is using that speed to get around into the area that would normally be the enemy base on a standard battle, and trying to occupy that ridge line where the tank destroyers like to sit, so that we can fire down into the enemy base. But if you have a look at the minimap, you'll see I'm very, very dangerously far ahead of any support. And it turns out that I do have to fight my corner here against 4 enemy tanks. And we're going to see just how good the IS-8 is at doing that. So here we go. Just a quick word about that gun. It's the gun from the IS-4, 268mm of penetration, 440 average damage. It's a very good gun. So if we can keep our front towards the enemies, exploit the terrain, and get that gun to bear on them, let's see how we can do. So we have a Yak Tiger and a Tiger 2. Okay, there's not a lot of cover here, but I do have that rock. And I really don't want that Yak Tiger shooting at me, so I'm going to try and persuade him to back off. Yeah, there we go. And it works. The Yak Tiger starts backing off, as does the Tiger 2. Now, I need to keep these guys busy. Oh, and this.
Enemy is hit. We've torched them.
That's why German heavy tank drivers should always carry a fire extinguisher. It's that frontal transmission at work, folks. Okay, they've backed off. I'm going to try and get forward and hold on until help arrives. And we've got an M103 and an AMX 1390 coming up. They're coming back for more. And they're bringing friends. There's an IS-8 and a Tiger with them. So I'm trying to get forward, try and beat their gun depression. Here comes the IS-8. What you need to do here is, while you're keeping your front towards them, try to keep the lead tank, in this case the IS-8, between you and the tanks behind him, so that only one of them can shoot at you at a time. Now I'm going to use the IS-8 as cover from the Yak Tiger and the Tiger.
Enemy is hit.
Try and straighten that angle out a bit. And here's the massive weakness of all the German heavies.
We finished them off.
That lower glacis at the front. It may as well be made out of Swiss cheese for all the protection it offers. Okay, now the big boys have arrived. We've got some support. And we're winning 7-0. And now we can get up this ridgeline and start shooting down into the enemy base. Now this isn't something that an IS-8 is particularly good at, because most of the Russian tanks don't have fantastic gun depression, unlike the Americans. So I'm just stopping to inform Martin there's a Yak Tiger down there at 2%, please kill him. And if we're going to fire over this ridge, we really have to expose ourselves. And then somebody kills the Yak Tiger.
Penetration.
And we start shooting at the Tiger, and he's screwed at this point. And I think I actually finish him off. Yeah. Look at this great gun.
They're knocked out.
And there you go. We've taken one casualty, a Batchat who had 3 kills, well, none to him, and there are only 3 of them left, and we've basically won this. Due in no small part to my successfully managing to stop them from preventing us occupying that offensive position on the ridge. And at one point it was me versus 4 enemy tanks, sitting there trying to hold out, waiting for the enemy team. And that's what the IS-8 is good at doing. You rush forward to a key position and you hold it and wait for backup, and you're going to find that you can do that quite successfully. A lot of people don't like the IS-8, and that's because of it does have very weak side and rear armour. But if you get the chance to play it like a medium tank, I mean, if you're in a tier 10 game, you can do quite well. If you're top dog, as I am here, and you have to play it like a heavy tank, it's still not terrible. I mean, as I've just demonstrated, we pretty much held off 4 enemy tanks single-handed for a good 2 minutes until support arrived, and then rolled them up. And there we go, game over. 15-1, running up a cricket score against these guys. So, there we go. 2 killed, 2 damaged, 2 detected. Operation Bagration Special is on at the moment, so times 3 XP. Yeah, not bad. And a healthy amount of credits, which is quite good in a tier 9 game. And 100% hit ratio. So it's a good gun in a fast tank. And if you can use that speed and that relatively good frontal armour to rush forward to a critical position and hold it while you wait for backup, this tank is really good. So that was the IS-8, Russian tier 9 heavy tank. I am the Mighty Jingles. Hope you enjoyed the video.